All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page. Two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships is right down in the video description, is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website out on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, and certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption, a definitive black manhood designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. Get over there, check it out. The link is right there in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers meet once a week discussing very vital, important, and powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get on over there, family. Get the preview. Become a brother. Become a member today. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessory for every room in the house. Got something for your family I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, get a discount, shop and save, and shop. Everybody know the General got the pop in his page on Patreon. By far, we got that work coming, dropping tomorrow. We got we dealing with the African predators. It's a reason why they gave that nigga dreadlocks. Yeah, there's a reason why they gave that nigga dreadlocks. He was out there hunting them damn Neanderthals. Yeah, and they done made mythologies about it, and they didn't put it in the goddamn movie. But the cat is out the bag, and we're going to talk about those predators. We're going to talk about them ancient African hunters that was running their ass back up in the caves. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it over here. Also, with all this talk about the Anunnakis, and, which is really, the same, dealing with the, let me get it in here. Are the predators ancient black Anunnaki? Them the ones they talking about. This militaristic, people. They say they look like they never been defeated before. That's right. We're going to break it down for you. They didn't, created all of these movies and even showed that in one of the movies that they was up in pyramids up in the Antarctica. Okay, let's make it make sense. So they know something about these stories that's more factual than a lot of people want to believe. Get on over there to Patreon, click the link, family. And to all the family that donate, thank you. Those who like to donate, the link is right there in the chat. Go right on here. Appreciate you very much. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channel, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. We talking about this so-called Book of Enoch. Now, they always manifested a lie on our people. You see, they always manifesting a lie on our people, trying to distort the truth, and that's all right, because that gives us an opportunity to cut into their ass with the truth, and expose the reality. When we get to talking about these, these so-called mermaids and things of that nature, and it's a lot of it is allegorical. We understand that, but we also understand there's some shit out there in that ocean that, you people think they know everything and they don't know nothing. They say that goddamn ocean is as vast as outer space. That's what they say. They say that ocean is as vast as outer space. When you start thinking the depths of this ocean and how wide this ocean, I mean, you talking about, damn, half the earth is fucking water. even 75% of the earth is water, and you thinking of the depths of how deep the Pacific Ocean is, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculously deep. So, and we can only go down so far, and peoples have never, only been down so far. So you wouldn't even know, what the hell is down there. And so, is there some life forms and shit? It's a possibility. It's a goddamn possibility of, of some crazy shit being down there. Yes, indeed. It could be some crazy shit down, and I believe it is. And I don't want to find out, because the one thing about stepping out in that goddamn, ocean, man, I mean, soon as I can only go in that shit so much, because it's already like you don't know what the fuck is out there. So you know what I'm saying? I'm never comfortable. I go out there for a minute, and you know what I'm saying, and get touch the ocean, go under the water for a minute, and I'll get my ass on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comfortable, because you just don't know. And you play a game if you feel like it, and you be one of them motherfuckers on the news where something and drug your motherfucking ass out there, and everything out there is super lethal. So if it hit your ass, your ass liable to die. So but anyway, in the spiritual sense, when we start talking about the water, you're talking about the great mother. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the great mother. And and so the thing is this demonic shit, and I don't, I don't, not go in the ocean because I feel it's demonic. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? For its power and authority. I respect it for its power and authority, and I give it the due respect, but to put some negativity and at the same time, if there's a science out there and or entity out there and it come that way, you got to respect it for that way too. You see what I'm saying? You got to respect it for that way too. But when we look at the great goddesses like Nu, Yemiya, you see these African entities, goddesses, they were looked at as righteous, great mother protectors of the African race. And so we didn't have these negative connotations. But like I say, everything ain't us. Everything ain't us. Everything is not us. And so we have to respect there's opposites in the universe. And so I believe, because I look at, even if it ain't there, I make it there. That's just the reality. If you see on this planet, you see the primordials, you see the black primordial, and then you see that albino Neanderthal. You see what I'm saying? Even when we go into the water, you got to bring the opposite there too. So if there's the divine Yemiya, Nu, you understand, the water goddesses, African goddess, and then you got that albino. You got that albino in there too, treacherous. Just if a goddamn Anunnaki up there, then you got one of them wild albino goddamn ETs up there. You understand, on some crazy shit. You got to respect it. You got to, so that's the balance in the universe. You feel what I'm saying? So they say in Enoch, the book of Enoch, and we're going to deal with that the Watchers. Now we break, this is esoterical, man, but they go somewhere else with it. And the fact is, if you don't have melanin and you don't address melanin, if you do not address the cosmic black abyss, you see the chaos, the ocean of chaos, blackness, where all the codes of creation was first in the chaos, in the blackness. You see what I'm saying? And through the word, it was brought to life. You see, out of the blackness. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't have that connection, then you create synthetic versions of it where you can't address the melanin because you don't possess the melanin. So you come up with some synthetic stories and shit and this, that, and the third. Now the Nephilim, we talking about the Watchers. You see what I'm saying? And so you already knowing you dealing with the third eye. You dealing with the pineal. You dealing with the primordials. You dealing with the primordials with the spark. Not no nigga that just got melanin. We talking about the ones with the spark. Those are the Watchers. You see what I'm saying? So, but they didn't manifested this fictional shit with these angels and shit, but it's still some truth in it. It's some truth in there. They explain it to you. You understand they deficiencies, and we had to look at it. You see, and so you had the Watchers who were supposedly put in charge to watch over them, not us. You see what I'm saying? And they made it with something. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't us. They made it with something. That's crazy that they keep doing this shit. You see, if you watch every fucking story, is some shit where they done made it with something, and it's creatures. You see what I'm saying, man? That it's only in a mythology where you find this crazy shit. Greek mythology, you know, Minos and shit, the Minotaur, you know, where King Minos, who wife and shit, Zeus then seduced his wife and shit, and you know, in the form of a bull. And I ain't even going through that shit. But this is an actual myth. And out of this union, Zeus portrayed as a bull and shit. And out of it, you know, he didn't, seduced this king's wife. And out of that came the Minotaur, half bull, half man. You see what I'm saying? And so in Egypt, when you look up on the wall, you know this is not a man. You know that this is when you see half the lower body is human, the upper body or the head is of an animal. It's just showing you that this is an essence. This is not a real thing. You see, this is the essence of that zoo type in man. You see, that's what it is. It's the essence. There's the divinity in that zoo type, and you have to study that divinity and manifest it. And you see what I'm saying? Practice it, you know, and it'll bring you to a higher state of being. This is what it's saying. But when you go to Greece, it ain't that fucking way. When you see a bull got a head of a fucking bull and shit, and that's an actual, they believe that's an actual creature. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't win some other place with this shit. You see, so they say you know, that Saint Michael, you know, turned the wives of these fallen angels, because it said that the Watchers, you know, what they were supposed to guide man, and they was not. They were told they should not, you understand, intermingle with them. And they did just the opposite of that. And out of that, they had these monsters that they call them Nephilim, which is a lie. Okay, which is a lie, because when we go into the root of Nephilim, when we go into the root Elohim, and I had to break down the etymology so you understand it. The Him and Elohim, and I can give you all the references, is the same as Ham, which is black, which is the same as Kam, which is the same as Kim. Okay, so Elohim is Elohim. You see, so it's speaking. So again, that's where you're getting that Anunnaki from. You see, you speaking in plurals. It's Elohim, which is Elohim. So it can be spelled H-I-M. It can be spelled H-E-M, like Bethlehem. And it could be Ham, as in Abraham, or just Ham, which I done showed you many times before, means black. So when you deal with the Nephilim, you see the Him or the Im, and sometimes just the Im, I am. You understand what I'm saying? I am is also a derivative of when Moses say, who shall I say sent me? He say, I am sent me. You see, so that's also rooted in the the im. You understand? Sometimes they'll leave the H or the K off of it and just use the im, I am. You see, that's still rooted in black. Am, im. You see, still rooted in black. So when you look at Nephilim or Elohim, all of that is rooted in the black. Even the honor, I didn't went through that with y'all. It can black it up at any given time. You know, if I had to manifest the references to prove it, is not a problem. Even when you talk about going into Phoenicia, one of the gods was Baal Haman. Baal Haman. Ham and Amen is put together. So Amen is also symbolic of Ham is also symbolic of Amen. And when you see Amen, what was he depicted at? Black. Amen and men, which was a variation of Amen. You see men, who was the god of fertility, all depicted black. So that right there is proof positive of that. So when you look at and then I'm gonna play these video. When you look at the Nephilim, now they say God supposedly washed away every fucking thing, but somehow the Nephilim survived the flood. I wonder how that's possible. And they were supposed that was the very reason why they supposed to have had the damn flood. But they manifested on the other side as the other flood as the Philistine, the Anakim. These is all giants. But the thing is, the reality of it, whether you believe it or not, all the giants descended from Ham. The Canaanites, the African side, they were all, that's where so they said in the one Anakim, where you get, where the Philistine. No, one of them, two of them was from Egypt. One of them, the Anakim and the Philistine. The Philistine came from one of Egypt's sons, Caphtor. You see, that's where the Philistines come from. People don't talk about that. See, I know the shit, so you ain't gonna run from me. So them giants were, the ones they were said to be Nephilim. So these was the sons of the Watchers. Okay, the sons of God. That's what they said, sons of God. The Watchers was the sons of God, and these were the children, the giants, showing a direct lineage to divinity. Now, another thing, when they start talking about the mermaid is closely associated with the Naga. That's what it is. It's closely associated with the Naga because the Nagas are water serpents, and they both got what? Scales. You see what I'm saying? So the African mermaids and the Nagas, they had some of the same attributes. You see what I'm saying? They have some of the same attributes because when you think about them, both the Naga and the African mermaid, they had the power of metamorphosis. You see what I'm saying? So they could metamorphosize into anything. So that was one of the aspects of the Naga was the mermaid. So it's a divine thing. It's a divine entity of Africa. You see, so now they come in and they flip the script and they say Enoch and all of that and this, that, and the third and cursed and this, that, and I don't believe none of that. That's some garbage. You see what I'm saying? That's some garbage because they plan on African spirituality, trying to, divert from us seeing what needs to be seen. A lot of people act like Enoch and was so divine, and man, that's a bunch of goddamn garbage. Y'all keep talking about some goddamn Enoch. You can take that book straight to the nearest goddamn fireplace and put that motherfucker in there if it get cold and goddamn heat the house up with that shit. That's what you do with it. I'm gonna play this video, family. Hold on. That's right. I'm in the house. I didn't have the comments on. I know y'all were. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. Let's play this video right quick. Now this nigga say he heard the motherfucker. Now I heard dolphins make these type of sounds too. So as this nigga say, he hearing and they make these sounds and shit. Let me see which one is this. No, this it right here. Yeah, listen to this shit, man.
We got another one over here. What are those? What the fuck's going on? On each side of the boat? What are those trails? What's something swimming fast underneath that water? Something's swimming real fast underneath that water.
It's saying it's swimming right next to you. Y'all see that shit? No, it could be dolphins. No.
What are those trails? What's something swimming fast underneath that water? Something's swimming real fast underneath that water.
Hey.
I hear him.
Listen, y'all.
Where's he at? What the fuck is that noise, bro? What is that noise? Where are you? This is crazy. I heard it. I heard it. I hear it.
Nah, crazy as it is, man, that sound is real. Now, I don't know what the fuck it was. Yeah, it do it. That's why I said it could be a damn whale. It could be a damn dolphin. I don't know. But I know shit, that man, I couldn't be out there on that water like that. Yeah. It could be a whale. It could be a whale. It sure could be. But I tell you what, I wouldn't be trying to find out. I'll be trying to push that motherfucker to the shoreline as close, as quickly as possible.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Damn, Ed, you said you was out there in the middle of the ocean? God damn, yeah. Damn. Boy, I salute you, dog. I salute you. I done been I done been on the water now. I done been on the water. I done been on it. Like, I went out in the Atlantic, but I didn't go out in the middle. But I was out deep enough now. I was out deep enough, motherfucker drown. Shit. I was like, let me get the fuck out the water. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get the fuck out this water, man. I ain't playing with this shit. You feel me? But I salute you, nigga, because I couldn't do it. Here we go. Let me finish. Damn. Damn. Yeah, but then, yeah, that's crazy. Then them motherfuckers, but I could tell where that's what I was saying, a lot of mystery got some truth into it. You can hear the shit out there. Some people make videos where, they add shit to it and but I done heard other videos where motherfuckers was saying that they thought maybe it was whales, that it could be dolphins and shit or whatever, but it do sound feminine. You know what I'm saying? It sound like some type of hollering or something going on. It's eerie, especially to be out there in the dark. You see what I'm saying? Especially to be out there in the fucking dark. That shit was, man, I'll be spooked like a motherfucker. But anyway, we gonna stay on this and shit. I got to revisit this at least one more time, family. We got one more for the night. I want to go ahead and get to it. Make sure y'all get on over there to Patreon. We got that work over there. We most definitely, I'm gonna take you some other. Yeah, we got to go with the mysteries. Yeah, because it's in the mystery where you're going to find the history. You see what I'm saying? That's right. So let's deal with it, family. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation, Black power.